Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel. This is WanQ. This is a special video. It's a vlog. So I am about to attend the world's largest conference for women engineers. So I'm super excited. I'm going with Graduate Society of Women Engineers along with the Undergrad Society of Women Engineers. And we're renting a bus. Everything is fully funded. What? I already finished packing and creating my own personalized little schedule for the conference of like the different sessions that I will be attending, and I will bring you guys along with me to this amazing journey. It's totally safe. All of us has to be either vaccinated and tested negative, and we have to wear face masks, all of that. And the conference is in Indianapolis. We are currently waiting outside the conference center, and the keynote starts at 8:30, and we're just waiting here. We got early to register, got our badges. Hi everyone! We're at the conference. This is Shiwani.
Hi!
From Grad Suite.
Hi, I'm Kathleen, the fifth year grad student in physics. Fifth year.
And what do you do like at Grad Suite, Illinois? Like
this year I'm the lead STEM director.
Woo! We just finished the keynote speaking. It was so inspiring. The speaker was a executive vice president of a big corporation, and she gave a speech about authenticity and leadership and trust, building trust and being vulnerable, things like that. And I'm going to the next session right now. This is building momentum skills for your first 5 years. Ooh, is that food? They have food. Also, they have the best career fairs. Hi everyone, I'm with Laura.
Hello.
Here at Suite Conference. She's also from Grad Suite at Illinois.
Yes.
Do you want to do a little introduction?
Sure. Hello. I'm very tall. I'm gonna get that out of the way. But I'm Laura. I am part of the WeSTEM committee, part of Grad Suite, so I'm the attendee relations coordinator, and very excited to be here at the We21 conference, and I'm actually about to go volunteer.
Woo!
So, woo! Hopefully it'll be great.
I just finished my last session. It was so interesting. It was about West Point and their leadership approach and programs. I'm gonna go to my next session, so
and career success. The missing link.
That's why we are proud here in Indianapolis to host the Society of Women Engineers Conference, gathering thousands of brilliant minds in a community that encourages excellence.
Hi everyone, I finished a really exciting session. It was about breaking the Americans struggle to go into like leadership and executive positions in corporate America, which is a huge deal, and I really wish that there are more awareness revolved around that, and I'm really grateful that SWE dedicated, I think, not one but 2 sessions on that, and I was introduced with like the Asian affinity group at SWE, which is awesome, and the speakers are all really successful and amazing leaders in big corporates, Asian leaders in big corporates. So it was amazing listening to them speak. And one of the things that resonate with me so much is there was like one question that popped up in the audience, and it was like she asked about the emotional exhaustion that revolved around always having to deal with racism comments, micro and macro even aggressions at work, and how like trying to making an impact, empower other people, and at the same time balancing your personal life and grow a career, and then like stuff like that. It's just like very emotionally exhausting, and I can resonate with it so much because like I'm also like very passionate about the issues, but sometimes I feel that, you know, I can only make certain impacts, and sometimes it takes time, right? And it takes a lot of people to make a huge change and impact, and it's really hard to see that in the short term notice. So it's something that I have to struggle with, and the speaker gave 2 really good suggestions that, you know, hit me really hard. One is definitely like building allies, and I happened to went to another really amazing session right before this talking about men allyship and stuff like that, which is also amazing. And then the second point she talked about was sometimes that, you know, you just have to cut yourself some slack, and you don't have to fix the world on your own. And if it's like it's not working at this phase of time for you or at this stage, then you can just let it go, because it's not your responsibility to solve the entire social issue, which is like just, it was like, oh my god, yeah, like that definitely helped a lot to like solve some of the internal exhaustions for me. So I really enjoyed that session. Hi, I'm at my hotel. It's 4 p.m. right now. We do have a graduate student reception coming up at around 5:30. Right now it's rainy, it's really chilly here in Indianapolis, and I'm like drinking my little Starbucks. I got a hot beverage that would like warm me up. For conferences like this, I would max out my day and then go to as many sessions as possible, because I enjoy hearing, you know, experienced successful professionals talk about their experience and about their thoughts on very like a variety of different topics. And I think I can learn so much of the things that I couldn't possibly learn simply from a classroom. We have the keynotes in the morning, and then I went to I think it was like a panel of CEOs and board members, and they talked about how they transfer their like leadership skills from like managing nonprofit organizations or serving on leadership boards in SWE and other nonprofit orgs, and then transfer some of those skills into, you know, being on a board member in the corporate world, which is just fascinating. Oh, and second, I went to that one was about talking about how to raise awareness and create awareness for men, and then like make them understand the gender bias, gender gap, and how we can, like how men can become better allies form better allyship with women in the corporate world, and together they can, you know, contribute more and then create more opportunities, you know, for the society, for the company, stuff like that. But it was amazing. Like the speaker he had, so like there was so much research, like data and analytics that goes into it. There's so much that we can still improve. And then he also talked about, from a psychology standpoint, what were men thinking if they weren't speaking up for you, and then like what, like they also have to bear risks. We also have to bear risk if, you know, God forbid there was a situation like a really inappropriate joke in a meeting, and then like some of them choose to be silent instead of, you know, becoming an ally and speaking up and defending women on the board or women in the room and things like that. And then also like the unconscious bias, and then like they just don't have enough awareness that what women was going through. And also he talked about mentorship, like how important it is for senior men to mentor a junior woman. And he talked about like a lot of men would run away from things like this because they don't want to be portrayed as inappropriate, they don't want to be falsely accused of something. I completely understand what like these, you know, issues, these concerns that going into their minds. But at the same time, if men, senior leadership, first of all, huge like majority of the senior leadership consists of men, and if they don't mentor women, that kind of creates a barrier for women to go into senior leadership, because there was a gap of communication, right? So like it's necessary if we want to close the gap and break that glass ceiling.
Interviews with women across professions, and we asked them, these are usually very senior women, have you had male mentors? Have men showed up as allies for you in the workplace in the way you would define that? And can you tell us what those behaviors are that you most appreciate? So we compile all of those interviews. Occasionally, one of our interviewees, will nominate a male, and in those cases,
he gave advice on men how to like, you know, switch their mindset, and he also showed stats on like, you know, false accusation of like harassment in corporate world. It's like very slim. Like everything was so impactful. One of the things he said, like if a man was like a mentor to a junior woman, the chance of him getting hit by lightning is actually bigger than the chance of him being falsely accused of, you know, whatever sexual harassment. And I was like, this is like both funny but sad. Like you compare these stats and you realize how irrational people's minds are. Confirmed, we have free food at the graduate student reception, so now I'm going. Hi everyone, I am here with Maria. Hi. We just met at this conference and we talked about all the struggles that international women have, and she's a superstar. So I invited her honorably to be on my channel and talk. Could you introduce yourself a little bit and give us some advice?
Yeah, definitely. Hi everyone, my name is Miriam. I'm currently doing my master's in information systems technology at GW, and my life advice I could give to the younger me is to always persevere, right? To always insist and always ask questions, but most importantly, to apply to as many jobs as possible because that's the reality of life. The more applications, the better visibility you have, right? So I would encourage everyone to apply to as many jobs and to be curious about jobs that you think that you don't even qualify for, right? And to just talk to the recruiters and tell them about your curiosities and your interests, and that could spark like a connection, and they might think about you in the future when they have a role that suits you. Another advice that I would give is being honest with the companies that you work with, and making sure that they understand your future goals. They have a map or a plan of where you want to be in 5 to 10 years. Last advice I would give is to be very specific about the jobs that you accept and to read through the job offers, because it's very exciting to get a job from your dream company, but it's also very exciting to get a job from a company that you think that you know that would value you, that would be that would align with your beliefs, and that in the long run you would benefit from, and they as well.
You know what's the most popular session at SWE conference? It's about personal finance management. Look at the line. And it's all in that small room. They should have known this before they planned. People are still going. We are at our closing keynote. This will be the end of the conference. We have the CEO of PG&E, Patty Poppy, being our closing keynote today, and I'm super excited to hear her speak. I checked her out on LinkedIn, and I'm actually a second-degree connection with her, and there are, I think, 5 of my first degree connections were connected to her, and I'm like so confused. So we'll see. After that, it was the bamboo ceiling one, and I do want to, like, I guess, be a messenger, but I just want to echo what a speaker, I think Diane, she said at the conference that about first generation immigrants or even like international students and professionals who haven't been in the US for long. A lot of us are really self-conscious about our language, about our accent, specifically when we are communicating with each other, especially like, you know, in a really important situation in group projects and meetings. We're very self-conscious about that. And then we would just be quiet a lot of the times because we do not want to be a bother of everyone. Like, we don't want other people to like misunderstand. Like, there's a lot of like holding back going on. So like her message to these, I guess, us like international students and professionals are that, you know, having an accent is a power. Like, it is actually a strength. It is a natural indication that you are bilingual. You have skills to understand like things from a global international perspective, which is super valuable in today's world. And also like it already shows that you come to another country and try to survive past the surviving mode and also go into your education and whatever professional world. Like, you have that type of resilience. So all of these things are already indicated solely from your accent. So don't even try to hide it. I think, like, instead, I think it's a really good thing to actually show. Like, I have accent and I'm so empowered by it because that indicates I have so many other strengths that you probably don't have, like things like that. So it's amazing. Like, I love it when she put it that way. And if anyone try to put you down because of your accent or your like language ability, you tell them like, hey, you go to a foreign country, study their language as a second language, not only survive, but go into their school or like go into their workplace and make a difference, like do the project, like do a whatever complicated construction project. Like you try it in 6 months and you come back and talk to me, then we'll talk. Because like I'm not going to be put down by you who have probably never been out of the country, who have never learned another language or used another language in a workplace or a professional place, because that's very different. Like asking for directions and ordering from menus, those are completely different from using another language and trying to make it in a professional setting. That takes courage, resilience, a lot of skills, strategies, and just like so much more. I am fortunate enough to not have a huge language barrier, and I think of that every single day, and I completely empathize on people who struggle with that. And I've seen people holding themselves back because of their language, because of their identity, because of their nationality. They either feel ashamed of it or anything, just don't. And I want more people to know about it. That's why I'm talking about, you know, what she said here on my channel. So all the credits to her, but I just want to know that I echo it, and I'm a true believer that you are here and you already made it. Another session that I took was about emotional intelligence. So I went to the bamboo ceiling one, and then I stayed for another mono minority one. She was a Japanese American, talking about a more like from a Asian American perspective, and she talked about different like stereotypes of Asian, which is like not surprising. Like I already know that we were like Asians are perceived to be more hardworking, so which is great, but at the same time people have different expectations if you are an Asian compared to if you're white. Now that's a problem, because like yes, of course I am hardworking, but if you take like if you just take my hard work for granted, where others' hard work are being way more appreciated or something like that, that's wrong, right? That's not equality that we're building. And also like if you perceive me as only a hard worker, then it can be like a perception of, oh, you're only good at, you know, being a machine and do your own little job, and that's all you need to do, and you have to do more. But like what about moving up? Right? Like what about that promotion? What about leadership? What about my managerial skills that you are overlooking, right? Just because I'm an Asian in the United States corporate world. So that's something that she talked about. And then some other myths include we're more quiet. Again, like we need more stats. Like she showed some stats, I don't remember, but at the same time there are so many like variables that plays into these. Again, like we're all individuals, like different people have very different personalities. Some of them are introverts, some of them are extrovert. And then like if you already have the assumption in mind that Asians are quiet, and then when they start speaking up, you were like, whoa, like what is she talking about? And then you were like, well, that's not fair, right? Like what were you expecting? Like so anyway, that's what another thing she talked about. You know, Asians are not good leaders, like things like that. That also plays into like, you know, us being hardworking, but just like perceived as like always buried in our work, but not looking outwards, not moving up, or don't have the potential of moving up. So that's the session, the mono minority myth session. I'm still in my journey of learning these things, because I didn't grow up in like the world of like this diverse with like different minorities, people of color. Like I didn't have enough education that prepared me for this. So right now I'm like trying to learn bit by bit by, you know, attending conferences like this and trying to learn like what other people are going through and what are some of the issues and how can I make everything better. So that's where I'm at, and I'm super appreciative of opportunities like the conference. thank you guys so much for hanging with me during this entire conference. I really enjoyed doing the vlog as well as enjoying the conference. This concludes the end of this week's vlog. Please subscribe and follow me on my YouTube channel, and if you have WeChat, also follow me there. I will see you guys next time.